In a land of ancient monsters, two apex predators have ruled for millennia. One kills with a single venomous drop, the other with an inescapable embrace. When these two titans are forced to collide, which killing philosophy will prevail? In the ancient, volcanic islands of Indonesia, a kingdom forged in fire and shadow, two living myths walk the earth. One is a remnant of the age of dinosaurs, the Komodo dragon, a 10-foot, armored gargoyle scanning its domain. The other is a primordial force of nature, a living river of muscle that haunts the steamy jungles, the reticulated python. They are both apex predators, perfect killing machines ruling separate realms. But in this unforgiving landscape, territories overlap, and legends are destined to collide. This is a showdown between two completely different philosophies of death, the walking venom factory versus the unstoppable crushing machine. These two titans share the same hunting grounds and the same killer instinct. When they are forced to cross paths over a kill, only one can walk away. So what happens when an unstoppable force meets an unpoisonable object? Who is the true king of Indonesia's underworld? Meet the first contender, Varanus komodoensis, the Komodo dragon. At up to 10 feet long, it is the largest and heaviest lizard on Earth. But it's not just about length. This is a walking fortress, packing up to 200 pounds of dense muscle, bone, and armor, a build designed not for elegant speed, but for overwhelming power and brute force. Its arsenal begins with claws built for traction and for tearing flesh. But its primary weapon is a mouth full of daggers. 60 serrated teeth engineered to inflict catastrophic bleeding wounds with a single bite. For years, bacteria was believed to be the killer. The truth is far more terrifying. The dragon is venomous. A sophisticated cocktail of toxins that prevents blood from clotting, sending its victim into shock. Its defense is just as formidable. Its skin is reinforced with bony plates, a natural chainmail making it incredibly resistant to attack. And don't be fooled by its size. Over short distances, it can charge with the speed of a running human. Its challenger is a titan of a different design. The reticulated python, the longest snake in the world. A living river of muscle, an ambush predator that can simply disappear into the jungle shadows. Weighing over 165 pounds, its power isn't bulky. It's perfectly engineered, lean muscle, distributed over its entire length. Its weapon is absolute constriction. A crushing force of over 14 pounds per square inch, stopping blood flow to the brain and causing cardiac arrest within minutes. Over 100 teeth line its jaws. They have one purpose, to grip like fishhooks and never let go. And it hunts in the dark with a superpower. Heat-sensing pits along its jaw allow it to see a perfect thermal image of its prey. A biological night vision scope attached to a missile. The python's armor is not static. It is a flexible defense built on speed, stealth, and a body that is almost impossible to get a firm grip on. Its greatest defense is a lightning-fast, overwhelming offense. The tail of the tape reveals two fundamentally different killing philosophies. The tearer versus the gripper. It is a battle of biochemical warfare, against brutal, mechanical force. The walking venom factory versus the unstoppable crushing machine. The specs are in. Now, we must enter their world to see how these weapons are truly wielded. On the harsh volcanic islands of Indonesia, life is forged in fire and scarcity. Here, every day is a test of endurance. Every meal is a victory. The Komodo dragon is the undisputed master of the sun-scorched savanna, a patient predator patrolling its vast, open kingdom with an ancient, unwavering focus. Its cold eyes miss nothing, its forked tongue tastes the air, painting a sensory map of its territory. But this island holds another, more ancient power. A ruler of the shadows. In the dense, humid jungle, where sunlight struggles to pierce the canopy, the reticulated python reigns. It lies motionless in the leaf litter, a perfectly camouflaged hunter that conserves its energy with absolute discipline, a creature of pure, lethal instinct. For millennia, these two rulers have kept to their domains. But today, their paths are converging. At the border of savanna and jungle, the dragon discovers a rival scent, a fresh piece of shed python skin. The patrol becomes a tense, vigilant search. Deep in the jungle, the python senses the intrusion. The scrape of claws on rock alerts the silent hunter to a foreign presence. It tenses, a coiled spring ready to react. The kings are aware. Two titans now move through the same territory. They know they are not alone. And at a jungle watering hole, the prize that will ignite the conflict appears, the carcass of a freshly killed wild boar. A treasure worth dying for. Drawn by the scent of blood, the dragon arrives to claim the windfall, a critical meal it will not surrender. But from the dense foliage, the python emerges. This prize was not found, it was earned. The python expended immense energy in the ambush. To lose it now is to risk starvation. The stakes are absolute for both. The dragon plants its feet, a deep hiss rumbling from its chest. The python rises into a tense S-coil, its mouth agape in a silent threat. The battle for the throne is about to begin. To understand this fight, we must understand the mind of the fighters. Life on these islands has forged the Komodo dragon into something more than a hunter. It is a gladiator, built to endure brutal, close-quarters combat. Its scarred face is a testament to a life of constant battle against its own kind for territory and mating rights. Its strategy is one of relentless patrol and pursuit. When hunting the island's largest prey, like the formidable water buffalo, the dragon's greatest weapon isn't brute strength. It's a masterpiece of biochemical engineering. A single, tearing bite is all it needs. Then, it retreats. It waits. It follows its dying victim with absolute patience, and tireless shadow tracking its prey for days as its venom does the lethal work. If the dragon is a gladiator, the python is an assassin. It does not patrol. It does not pursue. It becomes the arena itself. Hidden in the jungle, it can lie motionless for days, a perfect expression of ambush predation. It waits for prey to come to it. And when it does, the python's secret weapon is the conversion of potential energy into kinetic death. The strike is a biological missile, too fast to be seen. Its 100 teeth anchor the victim, and in the same instant, its immense coils envelop their target. The kill is a clean, mechanical masterpiece of overwhelming force, ending in minutes. In this clash of titans, what role does intelligence play? The dragon exhibits surprising, tactical cunning, using terrain to set a calculated ambush for prey. It is reptilian strategy. The python, however, is a biological machine, running a lethal program of perfected, ancient instinct. It is a battle of cunning against code. Of tactical thought against perfected instinct. Two different minds, on a collision course for the same prize. Over the contested kill, the moment arrives. The Komodo dragon explodes forward, a blur of stony gray muscle, its jaws agape, aiming for the python's vulnerable neck. But the snake reacts with blinding speed, dodging the fatal blow by an inch and launching its own counterstrike. Its 100 backward curving teeth sink deep into the dragon's thick-skinned shoulder. The python has its anchor. The dragon roars in fury as the lethal grapple begins. Using its grip as a pivot, the snake whips its massive coils around the dragon's torso, and the deadly constriction begins. But the trapped dragon twists its powerful neck and lands its own devastating blow, sinking its serrated teeth deep into the python's flank. The venom is deployed. A brutal stalemate ensues. The crushing force of the python against the armored body of the dragon. It's a race, suffocation versus envenomation. The python's coils can generate over 14 pounds per square inch, enough to stop a heart. But the dragon is a fortress of bone-studded armor, its wide, rigid body incredibly difficult to fatally compress. The python's all-or-nothing weapon is failing to find purchase. Meanwhile, the dragon's silent killer is at work. The venom courses through the snake's veins, preventing its blood from clotting. Systemic shock sets in. The once unbreakable pressure of the coils begins to falter. Sensing the shift, the dragon flexes with a surge of adrenaline, powering its way out of the weakening trap. The python's weapon has failed. Free from the grip, the dragon lunges again, its jaws finding their mark in a final, definitive blow. The battle is over. The python's strategy failed. Its crushing power was not enough to overcome the dragon's ancient armor in time. Meanwhile, the dragon's venom worked silently and irreversibly, turning the snake's own circulatory system against it. In the ancient arena of Indonesia, chemistry defeated physics. And tonight, the dragon remains king.